Hey guys, what's up? It's Hex here, and today I am sitting with a cat on my desk, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, she jumped down. Anyways, today I've got like 56 or 58 or something like that design ideas for you. By the way, there's some pretty mind-blowing stuff at the end, so you're going to want to watch to the end of this thing, because, yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff at the very, very end of this giant line. Anyway, let's get on with it. Alright, the first one here, we have a little backyard barbecue. Check it out. Woo! Underneath there, we got a campfire. We've got one of those on top of it and some different things to cook with, and it's made of brick. And so there you go. I like this one a lot. It's one of my favorites. Right here, what do we have here? See if you can figure out what I was trying to build. That's right. It's a pizza oven. Or a cookie oven, because that's the closest thing to a pizza that we have in Minecraft that I could come up with. Anyway, so we've got a little trapdoor here, spruce trapdoor, and then we've got the new, what are these things called? Smooth stone stairs, and some other smooth stone around the back. There's a campfire down in there, and then that makes it look like a little pizza oven that you could put in your backyard. Kind of cool. This one here is definitely one of... I don't know if I exactly accidentally copied Green while I was making this, but it's very close to one that he did. I did a barbecue before made out of just these things right here, and then Green did one, and I remember something about him having like a lid for it, so I just wanted to make sure that I gave him credit if this was actually his design. But I really like this one anyway, where you have basically a couple redstone torches in the back to get these two trapdoors in the back here to stand up, and then over the top. So it kind of looks like this is the lid that's been opened, like one of those Brinkman kind that you find at Costco. That's all nice and shiny and silver and costs like $1,000, like one of those. Yeah. So that's that one. Here we go. I was looking at the blast furnace. The very first thing I saw when I put down the blast furnace was some kind of scary steampunk robot head. So I tried to make a scary steampunk robot. It didn't come out too well. I'm not the best sculptor in Minecraft. But anyways, so this is our little guy. And then you've got two eyes and then this weird, like, creepy mouth. So there's that. And then he's holding a hatchet made of end stone walls. So that's kind of cool. And then I did use some of these wall blocks. And this is all andesite. So andesite wall, andesite stairs, andesite slabs are in here somewhere. Or maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, that's that one. The back of the blast furnace is very interesting because it has this very metal look to it. So what I did here was I created some metal garage shelving or some metal garage like a workbench here. All right, so we've got a pair of pliers and we got a screwdriver, if you will, sitting on the workbench there. And this is like the garage floor. So I like that quite a bit. The metal of the blast furnace also to me looked a little bit like some filing cabinets. So put a button on the front of them for the pull, and then we've got some filing cabinets. Pretty cool. These would work nicely in an office building near you. Right here, if you can't tell what this is, it's an air conditioner. That's right. I think that works really well as an air conditioner just by itself without anything else on it. I tried to add a couple things to it, made it look worse. So there you go. Also, you could maybe use this as a steam vent, or maybe the creepy robot is peering into your house. I don't know. But like a steam vent or, a radiator vent or something so that, the heat or the cold air can come out of that right there and heat or cool your house. The top of the blast furnace made some nice little tiles. So I thought, hey, those kind of look like tiles or paver stones in front of a house. So might be a cool way to decorate the front of your house. And also you can blast furnace some stuff while you're waiting outside for the person to answer the door. All right, right here, this is a smoker, and if you kind of back up, it looks like an old-timey radio, where this white piece is kind of like the dial that tells you the frequency, and this would be like the range of frequencies right there. So it looks like an old-timey radio, and this would be like where the speaker is maybe. So then I made a little easy chair so you can sit and listen to your radio. All right, the top of the smoker has a nice hole in the top of it, or it looks like a hole. Of course, it's just a texture, but it looks like it has a hole in it. And so I thought that would make a lovely drain. So I made a shower and a drain. Some more smokers to be used for holes for this portcullis when the gate goes down. And then also we've got our stone brick walls right here, and I think they make really nice additions, and when you hang the lantern from it, it looks really cool. I used some moss stairs, some moss covered stone brick stairs, and made a nice little castle wall there. All right, this is the smithing table. Again, I did kind of like a garage workbench sort of thing, where these are maybe the tools. I could have been a little bit more creative with the tools, but I was trying to get this video out to you, and I was, kind of building fast. And who cares about the tools? It's all about the workbench. Then we've got the grinding stones over here, maybe as other devices or something that you might have in your garage, or maybe you're grinding stuff in your garage. I don't know. The top of the smithing table has a nice texture to it that kind of reminded me of granite or some sort of countertop material that's kind of like a darker countertop. So I made this little kitchen out of it. Right here we've got the loom as a stove instead of the standard, what do you call that thing? The regular furnace as a stove. So I think that works pretty well. It kind of has like a grill effect rather than the stove effect. The barrels make fabulous, very fabulous cupboards because they have what I guess is supposed to be a little hole in the top of the barrel, but to me it looks like the pull knob that you could pull open the cupboard with, and then of course you can actually store stuff in there. So I think those make really good cupboards. I don't particularly like the color. I prefer a lighter color of cupboard if this was my house, but it still works really, really nicely as a cupboard. All right, speaking of cupboards, I thought, hey, it also kind of looks like a little bit of maybe a small dresser or credenza, maybe that's what I'm going to call it. I don't know. Something that sits in your living room and you put stuff in it that you don't want people to see, like your DVDs and your headphones and that kind of stuff, or whatever. Maybe your PS4, whatever. And then, of course, you can store things in it, and it looks like a nice little credenza. It could also be a little end table or just a little side table here, and then you could put a cornflower on a pot, and you could have a useful storage nightstand thing. I like these barrels a lot. I think the side of the barrel might be something that you could use for, I don't know, siding. Check it out. So I actually made this out of barrels, and it very much looks like sidings, like you've got some sort of wooden thing right here, and then this would be like a part of like a larger house, probably a medieval or fantasy house type build. And then I did just some little extra decorations with some slabs and stairs and things. But the main focus here is just on the fact that we could use barrels to build houses out of. All right, this does not count towards the decorations, but it does kind of show some things about the barrel that I think are interesting. First of all, you can't push it with a piston, which I think is pretty lame, but whatever. And then what's really interesting to me is that redstone actually passes through the barrel and can lock a hopper on top of it. So if I throw something into this hopper, it won't go into the barrel because of this redstone. Of course, if I break that, then it'll allow the material or whatever to flow through the hopper into the barrel. And then, so perhaps you could use that to make a better maybe a more compact filtering system for a storage system. I'm not really sure. I haven't played with that idea too much, but just wanted to show you that you can actually pass redstone through this thing, which is very interesting. All right. You could also maybe use the barrel texture as a floor, as some kind of like a wood floor. So that's what this is about. You could use it as a desk. This is a little computer. If you back up, it looks like a computer with a widescreen monitor. There's something about the border of this particular picture and the particular, it just looks like somebody's background on their computer or something. And then right here we have a mouse and a keyboard. My daughter's friend actually made this in my daughter's world on the PS4, and I thought I'd share it with you because I'd never seen it before, and it looks awesome. Maybe she got it from somewhere else that, this is like, duh, hex, everybody knows about that, but I'd never seen it before, so I think that makes a nice computer. Probably a little bit better than the single picture computer with just a keyboard. I actually like this better. All right. This one here, we've got kind of another credenza kind of thing, this time with scaffolding inside for shelves. Now, unfortunately, you can't put anything on the scaffolding for shelves, but it does kind of make it look like there's some shelves in there. Kind of a little cool table. This is right here. Okay, so in case you don't understand what's going on with this one, this is a sign. This is a birchwood sign that I put dots on. And the way that I put the dots on is I'm on a Mac, so I pressed, Option and the asterisk key. I'm not sure what button it would be. Maybe Control or Alt. Probably Alt on like a Windows machine in order to get that the dot. So you'd press Alt and that, and then when I colored this, you can actually dye these with a dye. So the default is black, but then when you apply a dye, it'll change the color. So you could do that like that, and you can change the color. And to me, especially when it was orange, it looked like an abacus. So I tried to make as best I could a stand for the abacus, but the stand didn't come out that well. Yeah, but that's what I was going for. If you stand back like this, it kind of looks, oh, it's like an abacus on a stand. But when you get up close to it, it's like, what the heck is this thing? Anyway, right here we've got the composter. The composter can be used as a sink. Sorry, if you hear noise in the background, my cat is playing in some garbage. Speaking of composter. Anyway, so you could use the composter as a sink. So now we have the cauldron as a sink. We have the sink where you put slabs or stairs and put water in that, or you can use composters as sinks. I kind of like the idea of covering it with some trapdoors because I don't love the side texture as part of the sink or part of the counter, but I think as a sink it works really well. All right, some other things we could use the composter for. It looks like siding, so I built kind of a part of a house right here. So these are all composter blocks. You can see right there. There's the composter, and it looks like a really cool siding. It also has sort of this green and gold color in it, so I don't know. It almost looks like a mirror or something. Like, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but anyways, I used it on a wall to maybe like decorate a wall with. Kind of. I don't know. You could maybe also use it as like a chair rail. So that kind of siding that comes partway up the wall to protect the wall from kicks and hits from chairs. And I did chairs here out of the new smooth sandstone slabs instead of a different material. But these chairs are pretty standard hex chairs. All right. This one here, lamp. I think that this makes a nice lampshade, especially when you're kind of looking down on it. Maybe when you're down on the ground, the lamp shade part is a little bit too big, but I think it makes a nice lamp. So here's a floor standing one and a table standing one. All right, these are some of my favorites. This thing here is an old-time toilet, complete with poo. I don't know why I like that. It just makes me happy. So we've got a spruce wood top on it, and then you can poo into here. Anyway, this is really interesting because so here we have a minecart. The minecart is sitting on some, what is that stuff called? Soul sand. And then what you do is you take a piston to push the composter into the minecart, and then you can get something like this. Now, this kind of looks like, okay, what is this? So it's kind of like the toilet, except you can totally sit in it. You can sit in your toilet. And then if you want to be silly, you can do this. It just looks so ridiculous. It looks like I'm hiding in the toilet. I can't stop laughing. That's so dumb. Another old-time toilet. I think this actually might make an even better old-time toilet is the smoker. You turn the smoker sideways so that you can't see this part, otherwise it looks like a radio that has a lid on it or something. But anyways, you've got the toilet, and then here's sort of the hole in the toilet. And this looks like definitely maybe a Victorian era type of toilet where you kind of go in the hole, and then inside there's like a chamber pot that you take out and empty, hopefully not in the street. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. So these would probably work really well in like a medieval house, or perhaps like a Victorian era house where, the house probably wouldn't have any plumbing considering the era, like, in a castle or something like that. All right. Definitely some different things with lanterns. I mean, that's pretty obvious. This one's also pretty obvious. Unfortunately, you can't put lanterns on top of trapdoors, which I think is just kind of lame. And so, anyway, there it is, hanging from a fence post. Here's another one. A couple more. These are pretty obvious ones. You probably thought of these when you first saw the lantern, but I decided to just build them. I really like the lantern on top of andesite. andesite stone pillars like this. So this is actually the stone wall. Really like these a lot. A lot of fun. I don't know why I like it, the lantern to be on top of these posts, these wall things, but I think it looks really good. Here's another lamp post made out of the stone walls. This one's kind of derpy, but there you go. This one here I didn't like at all when I first built it, but it's one of my favorites now. So using the stone wall and then hanging 4 lanterns from it, I really like that design. Hey, a traveling trader, look. They kind of travel around. He just kind of comes out of nowhere and chases me. I don't know what's going on with these guys. Move. Really? He's going to start spitting at me. All right. Putting the lanterns on top of moss stone walls, I think looks also really cool. Here's another way to use the lanterns and the barrels and the composter to make just a little bit of a, maybe some people stopped here and dumped their stuff and went away. Also, I really like scrolls, or this is like the banner pattern. I don't even know what it's called exactly, but it looks like a little scroll, and you put it in an item frame, so it looks like somebody left a note for, like, please haul this stuff into the town or whatever. And then there's a little lantern. This is supposed to be a lamp with a lamp shade. You kind of have to imagine that there's something holding the carpet up other than just nothing. All right, here I was doing some derpy things just with these different shapes of the stone walls and the andesite slabs and stuff like that. So I don't know what this thing is. It started out as kind of like I don't know what I was doing. Just some different shapes, guys, just to kind of spark the imagination. This is one of my favorite things to do, is to create little rocks out of some slabs and stairs. And so now that we can use stone slabs and stone stairs, I thought we'd do this with a little bit of andesite mixed in. So there you go. It's just kind of like a little stone. See, the trader likes it. Why don't you like it? I'm just kidding. This one here is probably my favorite build from the entire thing. That's right, I built a tank. I've been wanting to build a tank out of these grindstones and use the grinding stones for the treads of the tank for a really long time, and I finally did it, and I think it looks awesome. Additionally, I used some of the blast furnaces. This is the back of the blast furnace to add a little bit more of a metallic look and some extra detail to the tank. I think that looks really good. I'm not sure if I like this right here. This is supposed to be kind of like the little gun, so oftentimes the tank will have a smaller machine gun on the top of it. That's what that's supposed to be. I don't know if I love it. We've got a little antenna and a little banner so you know what side the tank is on. Yeah, I really like this thing. I might do a tutorial on this in the future, like a full build tutorial to show you how to build it block for block. But for now, just what I really wanted to show off was the fact that you can use these grindstones for like tank treads. You could also make like caterpillar treads, like for machines, like backhoes and stuff like that have that don't have tires, but they have rather the caterpillar kind of tread on it. Anyway, I really like this tank. It's pretty cool. All right, prepare to have your mind blown. If the tank wasn't cool enough, prepare to have your mind totally blown. I am in vanilla Minecraft, just to let you know. This is snapshot 1.14 19w07a. And what? What is going on here? Check this out. It's a painting. That's right, guys. It's a painting. I made a custom painting of a snapshot of the tank and a snapshot of me hanging out with the traveling trader and his llamas earlier. I made these and I turned them into paintings in Minecraft. And this is all done with a resource pack. I figured out how to do it, and I'm definitely not good at coding, so there wasn't too much code involved. All I had to do was like rename the files and put them in a certain place in the resource pack, and voila, I was able to import a custom painting. Currently, there's some silliness involved with it. I hope they make it a little bit easier to do. But whether they do make it easier to do or not, I am definitely going to do a tutorial on how to do these paintings. You can also make animated ones, but I haven't quite figured that out yet. but I have seen them do that. So thanks to Azuma Void for showing us these paintings, because I watch his update videos, and I wouldn't have known about this if it wasn't for his update. But I think that these paintings are really cool. I really like this one because I look really thin. This was supposed to be a widescreen painting, but I made a little mistake, and it came out as a square. But anyway, yeah. I'm going to have a lot of fun with these paintings, I think. Very cool stuff. It almost looks like, oh, I can just walk right through. I can't walk through there. Ah. Anyway. Well, guys and gals, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you try out some of these little design ideas. But more importantly, I hope that it inspired you to make your own designs and maybe try some things and maybe be like, hex, that was so dumb. I could build it better. I bet you could. So go ahead and fire up your computer and load up the snapshot and see what you can build. That's the fun of this game, right? All right. I hate when people say right at the end of a sentence, and I just did it, and now I'm just really annoyed with myself. Okay. All right. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you're having a wonderful, beautiful, awesome, totally cool day, and God bless.